And first thing I'm going to do is when we get FOIAs, the FOIAs go on our website so everybody can see them. And we got a FOIA here, and I'm going to address it publicly. It's pursuant to the Illinois Freedom of Information Act. That's just, I won't go read the whole thing. It's just saying that this person wants a copy of these reports. And it's Curt Mason. He's one of the trustees for the village. He wants a copy of the 2021 W-2 for Township Supervisor Steve Balich, a copy of 2022 W-2s for Steve Balich, copies of each pay stub issued to Township Supervisor Stephen Balich for the calendar year 21, copies of each pay stub issued to the Township Supervisor Stephen Balich for the year 2022, copies of each pay stub issued to the Township Supervisor Balich for date calendar year 2023. I understand that I may be required to pay a reasonable fee for duplication of said records after the first 50 pages. I would appreciate a response to this request within 5 business days of submission. And this was submitted on 5/7, and I told the clerks that what they need to do is just direct them to our website because the information's on the website. But the thing that I'm going to say is, because the question is, if the information is all on our website already, why would somebody want to know all this stuff? It's all kind of like information that's nonsensical because there's nothing behind it other than saying I make X amount of dollars. Well, I think what it's about is about a month or so ago, people were on social media saying that I take 5 pensions, and I want to clear it up because I don't take 5 pensions. When I started here at the township as supervisor, I could have taken the pension if I wanted to. I was eligible to, but I did not. When I started in Will County, I did not take the pension even though I could have. And Mike Frizzalone, he was my partner at the time, he did not take the pension. And together, we made it so that the rest of the county board members did not get any pension. So because of the 2 of us, we stopped all future county board members from getting pensions. So now I don't know what other reason a person would be asking for that kind of information, because obviously anything that would be other than my salary would get redacted because it's nobody's business. So I don't understand it, but I guess is that he wanted to see if I'm getting IMRF pension from the township as supervisor and the county board for being a county board member for 12 years. And even though I was eligible, like I said, I did not take them from either place. Does that make me good or bad? It doesn't make anything. I just didn't think it was the right thing to do, that's all. So with that said, we'll move on to the next.
If you don't mind, I'd like to say something
go ahead, Mike.
about that. Because I've known you probably longer than most people in this room, and this is a person with an incredible integrity, honesty, and all, and works harder than most people that I know. From a voluntary standpoint, from a political standpoint, and for somebody who is newly elected in a town that we all represent together, I think that should be put in question. You want to put down a good foot forward, and for somebody to make those direct accusations of Steve is really accusing him of doing something illegal or unethical. And for someone who's been elected 18 times in the last how many years, who's represented this township, county, village for the last 20 years, is absurd. And I think the person who filed that FOIA, Mr. Mason, should be questioned. And some of us may be talking on Wednesday at the village meeting, and there's going to be some commentary directed at him as well for some of his actions, which could come in question. But me as a friend, political worker together, to question his integrity is shame on them, and that's all I have to say.
Okay, we'll move on unless there's anybody else.